I wish they would hurry up.
Well, we're getting lunch. You can just wait a little bit.
But I have ideas. I want to design in Design Space. I want to get home.
You can design on your phone now.
That's right, too. There's an iPhone app for that. Hi, and welcome to Crafts by Two. I'm George.
And I'm Ken. And in today's episode, we're going to share with you a beta preview of the iPhone version of the Design Space app, plus a whole lot of other Design Space news.
So let's jump right into the iPhone app, which is going to be the same as the iPad app, and they've updated some stuff. So here we are on Ken's iPhone. It's an iPhone 5S. And there's the Design Space icon. It looks just like it does on the iPad app. It's a universal app, so it's one app that runs on all devices. It runs on the iPhone 4 and above. It runs on the iPad. It runs on any iOS that runs iOS 7.1 or newer, even an iPod Touch. So because of the different screen sizes, you do things a little bit different, but it's all the same stuff. So as you can see, there's the Cricut Design app on the iPhone. Let's select it. We've already had it running and we're already logged in. So do you see the icon in the upper right hand corner? Those three columns? The first one's highlighted. That shows that you're at the projects. If you select it, it changes into the normal icons that you're used to seeing on your iPad. Your projects and the Make It Now projects are all the same as they are on the iPad. You can select them and either customize them or make it now. It's the same thing on the iPhone. So let's select the Summer Sun Coasters. It brings it up. It tells you what materials you need, the resources that it's going to use, and all the instructions. It's just on a little bit of a smaller screen. You can select the picture and it'll just go to the next picture in the list.
So let's go into a new project and look at some of the differences on the design screen. You can tell you're on the design screen because that icon towards the top right with the three columns now has the middle column highlighted. That's letting you know that you're in design. So going across the top, let's talk about some of the other changes. In the current version of the iPad app, there's normally a plus for you to make a new project. To do a new project now, you'll just have to tap the columns and switch back to projects and use the Create New Project button here. A new addition across the top is to the top right with the Maximize button. With a tap, that brings your design space to fill up the entire screen. That way, it's easier on the smaller iPhone screens to scroll around and see more of your project. Tapping it again brings all the menus back. Another change with working on the smaller screen is some of the menus scroll to the left and the right so you can see all the options available to you. So the main bar scrolls, but then if you go into one of the other tools like Actions, that bar will also scroll so you can see all the options available to you. On the bottom toolbar, right after Insert Image and Insert Text, is the new button to insert the basic shapes. This beta preview version that we're using for the recording doesn't have that active yet, but it's just like the basic shapes you can find on the desktop, where you can easily get circles, squares, stars, all the basic shapes for your designs.
Even score lines.
One thing you're going to need to keep in mind when designing on the smaller screen of your mobile device is that the sizes could be a little deceiving. This Olaf from the Frozen cartridge looks pretty tiny, but if you look at the sidebar, it's actually almost 6 inches. But you can zoom in and get a better idea of the sizing. So when you're designing on your mobile screens, you might be zooming in and out a lot more than you do when you're working on your desktop. But that's a small price to pay for being able to design on the go.
So let's talk about the new things on the Action menu. Let's select it. and scroll all the way to the end, there's 3 new buttons: Align, Distribute, and Hide Contour. So you can select all the items and select Align, and you can align center, which brings them all to the center vertically. Or you could align them to top, or align them even to the middle. Ta-dum! In addition to that, you still have the old way to align things with the lines popping up. If you select 3 or more items and hit distribute, you can distribute them horizontally or vertically now, just like you can on the desktop. Now, if you want to hide contour, you can do that with the iPad and the iPhone. Select the image and say hide contour. It pulls it up in great detail so you can zoom in and you can select what you don't want to use. Ta-dum! All done. That easy. So the other buttons, Edit, Sync, Layers, and Settings, they all remain the same. They're just like they were before on the iPad app.
And then on your phone, just like on the iPad, you can send to Matt.
Matt who?
Single T.
Oh.
And there you go. You can just swipe through the mats to preview how they're going to be laid out. And if you want to arrange things to save paper, you can zoom with a pinch and then tap and hold to move things around. Your different mats and the material sizes and the settings for iron-ons aren't visible right away. You just have to tap on the gear and then select your mat, and you can choose the material sizes and mirror the image if you're doing iron-ons. Also at the top, you can set the number of items. This project contains an image we'd have to purchase, so in the corner you see Purchase and Go. If it wasn't a purchase, we'd be able to cut it right here.
So one of my favorite new features about the iPad iPhone app is that mysterious icon that you see in the design area, right above the Actions icon now. It looks kind of like a camera. And this is an iron-on that I want to cut out and put on a pillow. I wonder how it will look. Now I don't have to wonder. I can use the phone's camera to actually see it. I can make it bigger or smaller by moving the camera in. I don't have to imagine what it would look like. I can see what it looks like. And if we wanted to replace Ken's face with it, we can do that too. It's great. You could point it at the wall and see what something on the wall would say. You can do anything with it. We've even played with it and taken screenshots and made funny faces with the photo booth props.
So as you can see, the iPhone version of Cricut Design Space is going to bring a whole lot of power and design opportunity right in your pocket. We're recording, George.
I'm designing, Ken.
We have a lot of other information about Design Space we can share with you, but we don't have specific dates or release times yet. But be assured, as soon as we have that info, you'll hear it from us. So if you're not subscribed already, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on all the information.
There's a subscribe button someplace around here. YouTube always seems to move it. The first thing we want to share with you isn't even about the iPad or iPhone app. It's about Android. Cricut is in full development for the Android app. Like we said before, we don't know when it's coming out, but they're working really hard on it. It'll be optimized for Samsung Galaxy devices, but it'll work on anything from Lollypop, KitKat, and even Jellybean.
Another development coming in a future release is Print and Cut for the iOS app. So that's one of the major things people have been missing out on, and it's going to be coming up.
On the Print and Cut news, there's a larger Print and Cut sizes coming to the desktop app first and then to iOS. It'll be great.
A new feature coming in the future is the promised Imagine patterns. So for people who had the Imagine cartridges, they'll be able to use these patterns to fill shapes. And along with that will be user-uploaded patterns.
Yay!
So you'll be able to find a cool design and upload it and fill a shape with it.
So Ashish has promised us offline design with the mobile apps. Well, we got information from him that not only will you have offline design with the iPhone and iPad app, but you'll be able to cut offline too. You can be in the woods in a cabin with your Explorer in your iPad or iPhone. As long as your Explorer has Bluetooth, you can cut with it and you can design with it with no internet.
But you need power.
You do.
And lastly, the other little tidbit we're able to share is that in the iPad app, you've probably noticed that there's different material sizes, but on the desktop, you can only do 12 by 12 and 12 by 24. Those other material sizes will be coming to the desktop at some point in the future.
So you can reposition your cuts to use 8.5 by 11 or 5 by 5 or 11 by 17 or whatever size paper you have around to cut with. Wow, Ken, that was a lot of news that we got to share with everyone. I'm so excited.
So Cricut has been listening and actively developing Design Space. So just because you haven't heard about a feature you're looking for just yet being announced, Cricut is listening.
Some Crafts by Two news, we're doing a mystery whodunit video hop with a whole bunch of other creators. We release our video for the mystery hop tomorrow on Tuesday, June 2nd.
So the mystery hop is already in progress. Some of the videos are already up. So that way you can join in the hop and find out all of the mystery words and win some great prizes yourself while learning about some fun mystery boxes.
So jump over to Melody Lane's channel and watch that, and then made it. And by it, I mean a video for the mystery hop today, June 1st.
And then, like we said, you want to make sure you're subscribed to our channel because in July, we're doing another big Christmas in July hop. There's going to be some great prizes there. Plus, we're going to be giving away a Cricut Explorer Air.
Not my Cricut Explorer Air, right?
Yeah, you were going to autograph it and...
No, it's my Air.
No, it's a brand new Cricut Explorer Air.
Ooh, a brand new Cricut Explorer Air. So that's two great things happening in July. No, not two, three. The Christmas hop, the Cricut Explorer Air, and the national holiday, my birthday. It is too a national holiday. So, until next Tuesday, which is actually tomorrow, we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
Bye.
Oh God, turn on the AC.
Oh no!
So let's take you...
And that was horrible.
That was horrible. There's a subscribe button. There's a...
That sounds yummy.
I want licorice now. So it's... No mobile device... No mobile device. Made it. Made a...
And then,
La la la.